Therapist, physical therapist on the internet.
Hi folks, I'm Bob Schroep, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
This video is called What is TENS, Transcutaneous Electrical Nerve Stimulation, and How Does It Work? Brad, why don't you start by showing just a typical TENS unit, what it usually is composed of.
So you have the what I call the handset, or delivers the E-stem, the power, and then a wire.
A lead or a wire.
Yep, going to the electrode. And this is called one channel. You can hook this up to two channels, so there would be two leads coming out to two sets of electrodes. And that's optional.
Yep, that's a basic unit. I want to show you how does TENS work. So I'm going to use this diagram here, and one of the theories is that it's called the gate theory. And what you do is you're flooding the nervous system. Well, let's talk about first what pain does when it happens. Let's say you hit your finger like Brad does when he's nailing or hammering a nail, right?
Yeah, that sends a lot of pain to my brain.
So it sends a pain signal up the nerve all the way to the brain. So the TENS unit, what it simply does is it cuts off that pain path, or it floods it so it doesn't feel it as much. You mentioned before, Brad, how you run water over your hand or rub your hand.
Right. So if you burn your finger, you put it under cold running water, it feels better. It's an analogy.
You're flooding the system again,
right,
so that it reduces the ability of the pain signals to reach the brain.
Sure.
So the other thing it does, the TENS unit, it actually stimulates some of your natural pain relievers, like endorphins.
Right.
And what's nice about that is you get a little bit of carryover. Like even after the TENS unit is taken off, you might have that pain relief continue for another hour or two.
Exactly.
So the thing about TENS, and I'll talk about the research a little bit, Brad.
Sure.
So TENS is very helpful with what they call acute pain. That's pain that comes up, abruptly and is usually short-lived. It's also very helpful with post-operative pain. So after you've had surgery, very helpful with that. The research is a little more mixed on chronic pain, and that's too bad, because I know a lot of you probably are here because you have chronic pain. However, Brad and I find, I guess as a rule of thumb, maybe 50 to 60% of the people seem to get relief from it, even with chronic pain in our world.
Yeah,
it's hard to say. It's not a formal study. It's anecdotal.
Yeah, I can think of one person right off the top of my head. It's because he's my uncle. He has chronic pain he's 90 years old right now, but he didn't start using one until he was like in his 60s, and he had the injury when he was in his 30s.
Oh, sure.
So he lived with his chronic pain. He started using TENS unit, and it was one of the only things that was successful for him.
And what's nice about TENS unit, it's much less expensive, much less invasive, and less harmful than any of the opioids or any of the strong medications you're going to be on.
Right.
Really not any big side effects to speak of. I mean, sometimes people get a little irritated underneath the pads, and they maybe need hypoallergenic pads. But really, there's a couple of precautions too that you'll want to read before you buy a unit. You can go on to the, I guess this is where we should probably mention, Brad, because there's hundreds of units out in the market, and Brad and I we probably have tried 10, 15 units.
Sure.
We decided we're going to endorse just one. We're going to endorse iRelieve. The reason we're picking them is, one, their units are FDA cleared. They're medical grade. They're powerful, but they really have great instructions. And that's the one thing we found out a lot of them were lacking. Brad, do you want to just talk about the instructions real quick?
Yeah, they give, you can get the comprehensive instructions that goes through in detail, and that they have a booklet in there. But then they do have the quick start guide
like
right
a
here.
Cheat sheet.
Yep, and you can go through it very quickly. And it's one of those things, you take your time and go through it. We do have some videos on how to use it.
Yeah, we're gonna demonstrate each one of the iRelieve ones, but we obviously can't demonstrate all the other ones out there.
Right.
Do your research, choose the one you like, but you know, we're going to be focused basically on this type, but that's still, the information is still going to help you no matter which one you use.
Right, right. So as far as, you know, the option of using pain pills, opioid
Right.
pain pills in this, you know, these are much cheaper, no side effects. You know, you can't guarantee that these are going to be helpful for you. I guess.
But
the-
even if they reduce your amount of pain, you know, pain pill usage, that's a positive also.
Sure, right.
So,
Yep. We've had a number of comments from viewers in the past saying,
yep, Dad, good luck with it.
yep, they're happy with theirs.
All right. Thanks for watching.
You bet.